Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. That's when the news of Ebonys' latest confession broke. Ile-Ife shook again. She had stood there trembling, admitting openly that what she had been relying on for her so-called strength was not divine at all, but something darker, Ejò. That they should not break the shrine because of her Ejò eranko emi. That is, they said, that means snake, animal spirit. For years, she had, projected herself as someone deeply spiritual, someone close to the gods. But in the palace chamber that day, under pressure and after Adetutu's consultations exposed her, she confessed. The room was silent, on eyes on her, everyone trying to process what she had just said. One of Ooni of Ifes sat there in disappointment, not even trying to hide his anger. The guard who had dismantled her shrine before now were standing nearby, watching her with suspicion, while elders whispered among themselves that such a woman should never have been allowed to operate inside the sacred grounds of the palace. Ebony, tried to explain herself over and over, saying she never meant harm, saying she was only looking for, a way to survive the toxicity of the palace, to remain relevant, to stand among the women in the palace, but her words were not enough. But one thing that happened again, as we are hearing, if the information is correct, they said Oletik, had, been quiet the entire time. If you notice now, you find out that a lot of people are not even talking about Oletik, because since she gave birth to her kids and a lot of things happen in the palace, she has decided that the one thing she wants to do is to just be quiet and care for her children, and which is exactly what she has been doing. Because right now, she has come to the realization that there's even nothing you can do to change the mind of Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife loves the woman that he loves. And that woman happens to be, Olori Naomi. Yes, Olori Naomi. Okay. Now, the sad, Ebony, when Ebony came back recently, she went to Argentina. When she was coming back recently, she bought some gift for, her stepchildren. That is Oletik's kids. Okay. And she gifted those things to them. You do know that Oletik has been skeptical the entire time. But when a person is showing you this kind of gesture, this kindness, you will not want to shove it down their throat. They say Oletik had collected items that Ebony bought for her to give to her children. But soon as this thing happened, Oletik, could not believe what she was hearing. Like when the news got to Oletik that this was what happened out there, Ebony was crying about her Ejò, that they should not do anything, that Ejò eranko emi, that if they did anything, it was going to hurt her and all of that. Upon getting the interpretation of what Ebony was trying to say, Oletik got very, scared, tickled, and they said she went inside and brought all the things that Ebony gave her for her children and returned them back to Ebony. Ebony tried to, talk to her, saying the gift had nothing to do with spirit, that it was just a motherly gesture. But nobody was convinced anymore. The timing of the gift and the fresh confession made it impossible for people to trust her word. Ooni of Ife himself nodded when Oletik returned the gift. He said openly that the palace was a sacred ground and nothing tied to Ejò eranko emi would be allowed to remain there, whether in form of shrines, prayers, or even whatever it is. Kabiyesi didn't even want to hear what Ebony had to say. Maybe, just maybe, if this whole lying thing had not come out, maybe Kabiyesi would have been able to understand what Ebony was trying to say. But because of all the lies, the deceit, and everything, they say Kabiyesi did not even give her the time of day. Kabiyesi did not want to listen to Ebony. Kabiyesi just wanted to get Ebony out of his side. They say Ebony cried and cried when Oletik returned those gifts. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.